Sweet.
This is Punch Out Boxing in association with Fight Zone UK. I am here with Harvey Horn at RJ's gym in a remote part of Essex, which will remain confidential. So, just weeks away from your big opportunity, you have been selected to represent Team UK to go to Texas.
Yeah.
Your opponent, Jimmy Delgadillo, the local favourite, is 5-0 with 3 KOs. He's already had words for you. Nothing personal, he says, but he's coming for a knockout.
Yeah.
Tell us how the fight came about and what you've been doing to prepare for it.
So obviously, I mean, this for me, UK v USA is like the stuff I've been doing for donkeys, really, like back on the GE squad. So for me, I jumped at it. Obviously, I mean, I normally fight at flyweight, but I've been inactive for a while, and it's allowed me to sort of, how do I put it in a positive way? Bulk up in a way, basically turn into a fat fuck. No, but pushed up to me natural weight. I think being in the gym forever is so I'm taking a positive out of my inactivity. So I'm straining going a little bit off topic, but it all comes down to why I took the fight. I promise. So obviously took a bit of time out of the ring, but I think all the time I was in the gym, I was just having a stagnant career, stop-start. It was really hard for me to get fights. A couple of injuries here and there that just sort of stagnated my career. And it started to become and obviously always hovering around my fight weight because never know what's going to come up. So it was very mentally draining for me. So eventually I took a breather, focused on my business, on my work. And then ended up, before I knew it, bulking up to what I assume should have been my natural size, which is like 60, 61 kilo, which felt great, to be honest. I fucking look great as well, if you don't mind me saying. I thought, oh, this is a bit of me now. I was like, and then obviously spoke to Rod. Rod called me up. I'd been floating around the gym anyway, but I hadn't been like taking it super serious in terms of me weight. And I mean, nutrition side of it, still training hard. Part of my job is obviously I've got to look the part because I teach boxing as well in London. So so I was always sort of hovering around that sort of weight. Got the call up, jumped at it because it's a little bit heavy. I think this one's at 55 something. So I'm coming down to that now. Feel great. I'm assuming this fella, I mean, I think he said he was quite confident now when you spoke to him. Yeah, I'm assuming he's got to be confident anyway. But I'm assuming he must think that he's going to be a lot bigger than me, which I think he's going to be a little bit surprised when he sees me. So basically jumped at the fight, UK v USA. Like I said, last time I'd done this in 2016, yeah, near the Olympics, I think. I boxed the American out in Miami and won that one in his backyard. There's no way I'm going to get beat to an American. No chance.
That's what we as Brits love to hear.
Really,
Just you touched on a few things I wanted to address. Inactivity, last 2 years, only 2 fights. What was the problem? Was it just finding the right opponents?
All sorts going on. I think for the weight was always hard. I mean, after my loss back in 2000, I think it was 19. It was a while ago, 2019, 2020. After my loss there, everything stagnated for me for a little bit because I took a fight that I shouldn't have. Did not take it seriously at the time. I was still in that young mindset of I can beat anyone. I had an undefeated record. I beat anyone with 2-3 weeks training. Doesn't bother me. I'll turn up and I'll fucking beat them. And I was in that mindset, and there's a little bit of ego. I've said this before in previous interviews. I think I said this before. It rings a bell. Last time I spoke to you, as it happens, when I boxed at Brentwood, it was like an ego thing back then. And then after that ego really hurt me. So I was like, do I want to carry on doing it? Am I good enough to do it? I took a real big knock mentally. So again, it just and I just went through phases of I'm just, without sounding like a twat, I'm just too good to not win something, to not win something substantial. And to let it go, I'd have been the geezer at the end of the bar talking about how, I've beat him, I've beat that one. I hear myself say it now, even like fighters like Galal Yafai, he was doing brilliant. He's like Olympic gold. I was like, yeah, I beat him. And it's like, people are like, I don't know if they believe me or not. The last thing I want to be is that geezer at the end of the bar. Rod said it to me the other day. Last thing I want to be is that geezer at the end of the bar saying shoulda, woulda, coulda. I've really knuckled down on my business side and my work. And I've just I just know that if I put the same mindset to me boxing, which I have been doing, it's going to be, I'm just gonna do something special. So yeah, that's why a bit inactive. Basically, the activity is I was a lazy fuck, and my head was all over the
As I
gaff.
said, do something special starting October the 5th. As I said, UK v US. Always a great fight. We've been wanting revenge since 1776. That's what I told the American promoter. But Delgadillo's the local favourite of the promoter. When I spoke to him, he said exactly what you said, that you're in for a shock because of how big he's going to be. We see this with these Mexican fighters. They take off insane amounts of weight and then rehydrate. I think he's quite a bit taller than you. I think he's about 5'7",
Yeah,
5'8".
about 5'7", 5'8". But I mean, I border on 5'6". Well, depending on who asks. I say I'm about a 5'6" myself. So I've never been small. For you, you compare me to other like even bantamweights. It was always hard to tell who my opponent was at internationals because I was so big for a flyweight. So it will be interesting to see. I mean, how big he is. We've obviously been preparing for someone bigger. So I guarantee he ain't really as big as the geezers I've been sparring. You see some of the quality I've got in the gym around me that are bordering a lot heavier, a lot heavier. And obviously, without no disrespect to him, he's 5-0. He's had 5 fights. I don't think he done massive amount as an amateur. So I know that the quality of sparring I've had is a lot better, and I think he's going to very much struggle to find sparring like me or like quality like me over in. Where's he from? Brownsville. Is he Brownsville
Texas.
boy? Is he Texas? Yeah. I think he's going to really struggle. So I'm not worried about what he's doing. I'm more worried about what I'm doing, and that's making sure that every stone is not left unturned.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You mentioned that in the amateurs, of course, you went over to America, Florida. Have you ever been to Texas?
No, I haven't been to Texas, funnily enough. I mean, I've always wanted to go. Always wanted to go. Can't say I've heard of Brownsville, but I'm looking forward to it. I know it's right on the Mexican border. So after party in Cancun. No, I mean, it's like I say, Texas. All I do know is that everyone who I've spoken to said about Texas, they say, oh, the first thing they tell you when you go there is that it's bigger than France. It's supposed to be massive there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's like, give a fuck and just turn up and smash the life out of him and leave. Yeah. But no, Texas, I haven't been to Miami, been to Colorado for the Olympic training camp, like the Olympic training center in Colorado Springs. I was there for 3 weeks. That was good. Miami was the fight. It was WSB, so it's a 5 rounder, same sort of thing. No vests. We were still amateurs, but I boxed a fella called Nico Hernandez. Funny enough, he won Olympic bronze that year. Yeah, but yeah.
Sounds like there's nothing about this night that's going to be anything you haven't seen before.
I'm really looking forward to it because it feels like a blast from the past. Because it's like people have been asking, like my family, they're super supportive. They want to go. My girlfriend wants to go. Looking at flights, I said, look, you know what? Let me go. Let me do my job and go, like I used to do. Used to fly there on our own in our little team. Go there, do a job. That's all I'm there for, is to do a job. It can be very easy in the pro game to get caught up in all the other stuff. So like family there, all of a sudden you're having to almost entertain 'cause you're selling tickets and things like that. So this one is a real. I'm really looking forward to it because, like I say, it's just a matter of business. Just turn up, go over there, do your job, come home, and that's what I've been trained to do for years. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And putting an impressive performance out there that really enables you to sort of, I guess, jump the queue in terms of publicity. You know, here in Britain, there's not many fighters down at your weight class. Mexico traditionally is stronger in those weight classes, so you'll get a lot of people's attention.
Yes, I think so. I think so. So, like I say, it was a huge opportunity in terms of like Roy Jones Jr. Like he's like an idol to anyone who's put a pair of gloves on. He's like an idol, ain't he? So be good to be boxing on, even though he's in the opposite corner. It's still I get to shake his hand afterwards and tell him and say nice try. Like, but yeah, I think it's just the whole occasion itself. I heard that we're in a villa with a team. We're going to be videoed, like going to be almost like an all access type thing. Something a little bit different. Relish in it, really. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, perfect, perfect for you. Is it fair to say you're way beyond sort of tune-ups and rebuilding fights?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, because it's one of them where it's very, very hard. I mean, I'm 28. I'm 29 on October the 5th, which is actually my birthday. But, so I'm getting on a bit in terms of like for the lighter weights. Most of the first thing to go, that's well known, is the speed of the reaction time. I'm not quite there yet. I mean, I've got a few good years left, but time's ticking. And like I say, it's once that goes, when you start eating 32s, 33s, once that goes, there's not much left there, as in like for me to continue. So I need to get as much done as possible. Another tune-up fight, even my last one, it was very, very hard to get up for it. It's so hard to get up for it now because it's like I've been there and I've done that, and it's like you need to push on, and that's why on paper this fight looks like, oh, he's took a little bit of a risk because the geezer's a bit bigger, or he's fought at a heavier weight. It looks like a bit of a risk, and he's undefeated, but I can't get up for anything less. I can't get up for anything less. It's the same situation every journeyman I fight. They back off anyway. They don't want to know. I've done my learning. Don't need that anymore. I need a competitive fight. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I've seen a couple of clips of this of Jimmy. He's a good fighter. And he's going to be dangerous because with 8-ounce gloves on, a little bit of weight, he's going to come. Like you say, he's confident. A confident fighter is going to be dangerous. So if I don't have that, I've got that in my nut. If I don't have that, I won't get up for it. Yeah.
Is it fair to say, technically, you're where you need to be at this stage of your career? At this point, is Rod just sort of tweaking you for the longer rounds, the different styles that you're going to come across in the pros?
Definitely. I mean, this camp's been slightly different because obviously we're fighting shorter rounds, like 5-6 rounds. Is not after you've been in 10s and sparred 12s non-stop. It's not really. It's not. It's a completely different fight. It's almost that amateur style again. So everything's got to be fast and explosive. So we know the gas tank's there. It's more about that short, sharp, explosive stuff and continuing that sort of relentless work rate. Ba-bam, 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 which is what I need to be able to do. And obviously, like you say, he's confident. I'm expecting him to come at me. So I'm gonna keep him off me. If I sit there and I just back up and try and box a slow 10 round pace, he's gonna swarm me, which I'm obviously not gonna happen. So yeah, so I'm so bad at getting off the questions. Like you start to ask me a question, I lose my train of thought. But yeah, it's like I've completely forgot the question. But yeah, what was the question again?
You've answered it. You are technically where you need to be.
I'm technically where I need to be. No, I haven't answered because Rod would probably say no. Because we do, yeah, like he would probably say no. Because there's still brushing up to do. There's still habits that I've got that we want to break out of. There's still stuff I need to learn that he's actually teaching me to add to my style. So technically not where I need to be. Technically very, very far in front than a lot of people. I'm pretty sure he would agree as well. But a lot of stuff to add. And I'm a quick learner.
What's the plan going forward? I know fights you don't look ahead, but if you, Rod, got an idea where you want to be, because you're not going to campaign at super bantamweight sort of at championship level, are you?
No, not for them longer rounds. I won't sit. Once we start moving on to titles again, which should be very, very soon, looking like I should be out really again in December. I will be out in December. Will be lighter, but obviously I've got a lot longer to get down. Also, it'd be interesting to see how a proper camp in terms of looking at your weight. I haven't had to. This one's been small increments dropping down over the weeks. No, it hasn't had to be big. Whereas, like I say, coming down from where I am, but looking at those lighter weights, depending on what one it is, what belt comes up, who's around, will obviously be a bigger cut. That I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to that. That's not what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I mean, we're looking at December.
Do you want to pick up some silverware at the domestic level? There's a few hotshot young prospects who've sort of entered around the flyweight range in your absence, if you like. You know, Hamza Uddin over at Matchroom. Queensbury's got his old rival, Michael Ahmed, Alfie Clegg. There's a few youngsters.
I'll be honest. I haven't actually kept my eye on it. I haven't really kept my eye on it because, like I say, been very busy getting my head back into boxing full on, which has been like for the most part. It's been a year. So it's took me this since the start of the year to be bang on it. And it's one of those where keeping my eye on, I wasn't really interested in it, wasn't interested in them, not interested in young boys. I mean, I will actually have a look now, but like I said, I've got one job to do at the minute, and the only thing I can really focus on, the only thing I see when I close my eyes is fighting Texas. So it's very hard to be worrying about other people at the minute. But I will actually have a look. I will have a look.
But like you said, let's stick to October the 5th.
Stick to October.
Jimmy, your opponent, Delgadillo, like I said, he did give a brief message when I spoke to him that, no beef, no hard feelings, but he's
confident
to knock you out. Do you want to give him a little message back before you head out to Texas?
What do we know word for word what he said? Was it just like
I don't know word for word, but he is looking to knock you out.
He's looking to knock me out. I would expect nothing less. I hope he does come to knock me out. I mean, I think I've proved over the years, if anything, there's top quality. So if he doesn't come to knock me out, he's going to be embarrassed in front of his own fans. So, like I say, I think he said I've got respect for him. He's 5-0. He's 3 knockouts. He's no mug. But UK v USA, there's always going to be a bit of bad blood there as well. So I hope you come at top of your game. I hope you bring your A game, and I look forward to seeing you, my man.
Harvey, you've given us the perfect clickbait. Thanks for your time. Good luck over there in Brownsville, Texas. Bring another win.
Happy birthday to me.
We'll see you in a few weeks.
Cheers, man.